All right, y'all. Let's talk about the pros to running 5 miles or more every single day, all day, every day. Um, we'll start with the cons. Now, yeah, we'll start with the cons. The things that I found, since I do love working out, I love training with weights. Um, you're gonna have to cut back. You're gonna have to scale it a lot. You're gonna have to cut back, unless you're just a freak. But me, I noticed I had to cut back, especially as I got more into the streak. Probably after 50, 60 days straight, you start having to scale back some. I was still probably doing weight training, I would say 5 days a week. And I did get to a point where I was probably doing 3 or 4 days. Let's see, sleep. Sleep was the same. I didn't notice the difference with sleep, honestly. I don't sleep good as it is just because I work nights. What else? Oh, no. Honestly, there's not many when it comes. We'll go to the pros because honestly, that's the only two cons I can really think of right now. And they're not even major. They're not even serious. I really didn't go through as many shoes as I thought I was going to go through. I was pretty good about rotating my shoes in and out. I have, I think, eight different pair that I rotate between. And I think they're all Asics except for maybe two pairs. Oh, I just thought of a con. If you're someone who loves doing races, it can be kind of a con because you can't really taper as much as you would like. But the whole point of me doing the run streak was because I had no races in sight. And it kept me motivated, it kept me driven, it kept me excited every single day to actually go run. Because I'm one of those where I kind of have a race, I have to have a race in sight to kind of keep me excited about it. I'm not going to say it keeps me going because I'm going to keep going as it is just because I do love running and I am driven and I am motivated to do it. But not motivated, but discipline. I'll put it that way. Motivation I don't really believe in. Discipline. Let's see. We'll talk about the pros. Daggone buzzer flying above me. Them things are ugly. So daggone ugly. Pros. You can pretty much eat what you want. They say whenever you're like trying to be healthy and you're like dieting, cleaning up your eating habits, try to keep an 80-20 split. Well, if you're running every day, 5 miles or more, you could pretty much do I would say a 60-40, 70-30 ratio. I probably did more of a 60-40, to be honest with you. I was pretty good about maintaining my weight. I didn't really lose any weight during the process. I did 122 straight days. I just ended it the other day just because I have a big race coming up Saturday, 6 days away. So I was good about maintaining my weight. Yeah, it becomes more weight training. You're all about protein and you try to keep your carbs and fat to a minimum. Running, it's more carbs. So I'm more of a carb baby, so I enjoy it. I love my carbs. I love my sweets, bread, all that good stuff. These things are so ugly. But the other pros to it is it gives you a reason to skip leg day, which is always nice. I mean, unless you actually like training legs. I'm not gonna say it kind of takes the joy away from running or it takes the excitement away, just because we all have them days where we're a little more excited than we are the day before or the day after or whatever it may be. Like, that's just normal. We all have them days where we're more driven and more excited. So it definitely didn't take the joy away from running. It gave me a purpose every single day I woke up to go run, and it gave me a reason to go do it and everything else. Let's see. Another pro. I would say, if you're someone who is big on getting your 10,000 steps or more in, it's an easy way to do it because by the time you're done with that 5 miles, you got your 10,000 steps, especially if you do a run-walk method. Sometimes it's disappointing whenever you do run a little fast or you have a long stride and you run the 5 miles and you look at your steps and you're like 6,000 or 7,000. But other than that, I think that pretty much sums it up. I can't really think of any other pros or cons to it. If you're someone who likes to buy new shoes all the time, it does give you a reason to buy shoes. It's an easy way to ramp up your mileage. It's an easy way to get yourself at that 35 miles a week, which is pretty good for any race, honestly. I would say if you could train 35 miles a week, you're pretty much good for all the way up to like a 50K. After a 50K, you probably need to get your mileage up a little bit more than that. But along with doing the 5 miles a day, I was also doing 50 miles a week. So I would typically do a little more than 5 miles each day, or I would do my 5 miles each day, and then come weekend I would do a long run, which is always good. But yeah, I think that pretty much sums it up. I have my long race. It's a 24-hour. It's a 24-hour endurance race, September 30th, and I'm really going for anything over 65 miles because I did it back in March. I did a 24-hour and I did 65 miles. So if I can beat the 65, I will be happy. I think I'm going into it a lot smarter, with a lot more wisdom now. My training has been way better than it was whenever I went into it back in March. I think when I went into it back in March, I was probably doing 30 to 40 miles a week, but it wasn't as consistent as it's been these past like 20 weeks or whatever. So yeah, I'm excited about that. I will post some on that race whenever it comes, and we shall see what happens. Thank y'all for watching.